Hi, fellow traders. I hope everybody had a good day today. I know I pretty much fell into my everyday pattern here that I've experienced lately is start out the day, dig a hole for myself, then spend the rest of the day figuring out how to get out of it. And so today was no different. But the thing about it is it's all self-inflicted. It's not anything else, other than me and the decisions that I make. But, at the center of success is self-discipline. It's about getting command of your mind to choose what's in your own best interest. When we experience these challenging times, every day we're choosing things that are not in our own best interest. You see me make those mistakes, every now and then. It's part of life. It's what's going to happen. So, if we feel that the market is attacking us, or that our broker is trying to keep us down, or that we're in a fight with our trade, we're going to sit there and kick ourselves in the gut. Are we going to stomp our own selves into the ground? Just because we made a couple bad decisions. It's all about self-discipline. We'll never be able to win this war against the market if we can't win the war in our own minds. That's why we have to work on us first. That's why I stressed that from the very beginning. We have to be the right person in order to be a good trader. The days that break us down and lay us out, should be the days that define our growth. These are the days that we develop our maturity in the market. These are this is one of the main pieces of our foundation. It's us. We are the cornerstone of that foundation. And if we're not right, everything just continues to crumble down. So just think about this. The days that break you are the days that make you. And it's just that simple. So let's take a look at my day here. Facebook was the only stock I was looking at. And it's had the same catalyst that it's had for the last several days, just selling off. Yesterday it threw us for a curve when it sold off, and then it recovered pretty much all of what it did. I mean, if you look at the candle today, this is a little crazy too. But it's all because of the volatility, and there's a fight within the people that want to sell it, the people that want to buy it, people that want to keep it held up. So it's just a matter of getting in tune with it and being on the right side of it. And you'll see this morning, I did a very poor job of being on the right side of it. And then, not being in a good frame of mind, really allowed me to make some bad decisions. And it started last night when, I did something that I really shouldn't have done. I took my son after I picked him up. After his competition, we went to Chick-fil-A to get him something to eat. And I saw this milkshake sitting up there, so, I ordered a milkshake. Now, being a diabetic, that's a big no-no. But not only did I get the milkshake, I drank the whole thing. So, not long after that, I kind of lay comatose on the couch for 2 or 3 hours. I couldn't even hold my eyes open. And, it was scary because I had never experienced anything, that serious before. It's always been a little something. And, all through the night, I couldn't sleep. I tossed and turned. My head was, had the worst migraine, and it's all because of that one thing. So when I woke up this morning, I realized, I was having kind of a bout with my dyslexia because I was typing in the wrong prices. I was jumbling the numbers up. And, I realized that. This was pre-market when I was typing in the entry on, Facebook for the potential all-day hold. And I was typing in the wrong price. I think I tried 3 times, erased it, and still typed in the wrong price. And, that should have been a signal for me to stop. Do my little exercises, get my head wired up right, and get going. But I didn't. I felt the pressure of engaging in the room and, trying to make something happen today. And it came back and bit me. But I could have easily let it keep me down. I could have lost my cool. Well, I did lose my cool a little bit, but it came back around. I had a lot of other stuff that was important that I focused on. I stopped. I took my time, did what I needed to do to get the wires back connected, and we had a real solid afternoon. And that's what it's all about. So let's take a look at what I did this morning here. Okay, now this isn't a day trading account. I was looking at day trading this, but being in a long-term hold, just holding it and just getting larger moves throughout the day, and then be active, day trading it. It's kind of double dipping or killing 2 birds with 1 stone, but that's probably not a good analogy. But my wife looked at me. But it works. When it works beautifully. Because you're making money over the long term, and then if the day trading doesn't really work that well, you are booking money in the background. And that's kind of what I've been leaning towards here over the last couple of weeks. And when we start small next week, I'll be trading the day trading account, the small day trading account, but I'll still run, we'll have the swing trades and run the all day trades for those guys that maybe at work or you really don't have the time to stay in the market all day. We'll be doing that. So when it works beautifully. But you'll see what I did today and why the wires weren't really right, and I really had to get them connected in the right place. So I didn't get to here. We opened up, we pushed up, and I was looking for it to sell off. I wanted to catch it under all of the moving averages and right below the 200. Well, I was already in kind of an agitated state because just couldn't get my mind right. So I get in, and I always mark it in. As soon as it hits my target, I mark it in. I don't sit here and try to catch it with a limit order and all of that. I don't use hotkeys. So I market it in, and 98% of the time it's going to fill immediately. Well, this one didn't fill immediately. The order sat there for a good couple of seconds before it actually filled, and it didn't fill until it hit the bottom. It bottom ticked this candle and filled me right at the bottom, and then it started to run up. And so obviously I had to take it off right here. But what happened was, had I gotten in down here, I would have gone in with a smaller position size. Up here, 500 shares was perfect. Down here, 300 would have been better. And if I had stopped out up here, I'd have only been down, maybe $300. Well, because of that, I was down 6. If my calculations are right, I was already down a little over $600 on this trade. Well, I let it go all the way up and pull back, and I'm thinking, well, this is going to do what it did yesterday. And that's what was in my mind. Now, I was short in the all-day hold because I was looking for it to possibly fade out. So I felt in one of these trades I'm going to be right. If the all-day hold fails, that's fine. I've already locked in profit on it because, at the open it hit my targets and all that. So I was good there. So here I'm going long. I was like, well, if this goes, I'm going to take this on up. Well, I get in long and it doesn't go. I should have been out right here. This is where I should have taken it off. But, my wires were still crossed and I wasn't thinking rationally. And I just let this thing go. In my mind, I was saying, okay, this is going to bounce. It may just pull back to the 200 here. And then, we'll push back through this just like we did, we've done in the past. This stock will blow through these and, run on up and make new highs. Well, it didn't. And when it pulled back, I still should have taken this off. But I let it go all the way until it took this out. And, by then I kind of had my senses. I was already pretty much done. So I figured if it bounced here, I could at least get it to come back and, maybe not take as big a loss. But it just kept going, and then once we broke this level, I had to take it off. So, I was really, really in the hole here. I was about, I figured a little over $3,000 in the hole at this point on this one stop. Now I was up on the all-day hold in my swing account, but I was down here. So I'm like, I'm losing here, but I'm making money there. So it didn't make sense. And when you have that disorder, sometimes when it comes, things that may not make sense in the real world will make sense in your mind. And it did. But now it doesn't make sense at all. Absolutely no sense at all. So now I said, okay, we're getting the bounce here. So let's see if we can take it up to the 9 first. And then we get to the 9, let's see if we can get to the 20. So I get in here for the long trade. I go to take a piece off. I want to take half off. I ended up taking it all off. So I had to get back in. And then, I took it all off up here at the 9. Because this was my first target. And we were so close to the 20. I was like, well, maybe this will go up and reject. And I'll get it up here for the short. And we'll keep, working it. But, we kind of didn't push it. Didn't push up to the 20. So I got in, short here. And we had a little bump back over the 9. But, nothing major. After dealing with this was nothing. And, just got a real nice move. Real nice move. I thought we were going to bounce here. And I was in perfect harmony with this trade. Because, here was my first target. Here I took it off because this was a level. And when it hit this, you could see time and sales and level 2 light up. And I was thinking, well, we could be getting a bounce here. So this is the target. Let's cover some. And we bounced a little bit, sold back off. Kind of hit the same thing again and got it. I was just in perfect harmony with it. And then once we came back above the VWAP, above the 9 here, I went ahead and took it off because we were getting close to 3 o'clock. It was about time for me to leave. And when I reset this, I wanted to reset this with full size to take advantage of this move going into the hour. So I'm able to do this now because I have Wi-Fi in the car, and I'm able to, monitor this while I'm waiting on, to pick my son up. So this has really, made a big impact in my trading. I'm not here in the room the last hour of the day, but, I try to leave you guys knowing exactly what I'm looking for and what I'm looking to happen. And you see, this is what I do all the time. This isn't something out of character. It's what I do all the time. And so I had, profit target set, and it was just taking them out. And then here, right before the close, we covered here and I got out. So, from being over $3,000 down in this account to only being down $12.91.58, to me, this is, a win. I know why this happened. I know exactly why. And, it's happened before, a long time ago. And, I put pressure on myself to, stay engaged when I really shouldn't have. And, this was one case where I let the pressure of the community, make me make bad decisions. And what I'm wanting to show you is that you don't make bad decisions just because. You don't feel, you shouldn't put that pressure on you. Your trading should be free and natural. And we didn't do that today. But that was this trade. So I actually ended the day with a pretty good, taste in my mouth. That everything is back to normal and, clicking on all 8 cylinders. So this is where we were after this trade. So this is just, this is when I tweeted it out after we had taken these. So we had, pretty much, taken $1,000 off our loss at that point. And then we picked up another, toward the end of the day. So I was pretty pleased with that. And this was the chart of it yesterday. You can see what it did yesterday. It sold all the way off. And then it just blew through these moving averages. It pulled back and held. And this is what I was looking for it to do today. Just pull back and hold and push up. I would have already made my money to the short side. Now I'm going to hold it. And I was looking for the strong close. But, that just didn't happen today. All right, so in the swing account, this is the trade that I called out early, in pre-market. And I really could have gotten in up here around 8 o'clock. But, I didn't. I just kind of waited. And once we got, it looked like we were losing the 200 was when I got in. But we did get a little bounce back up. And we got the sell-off. And it hit my first target on the opening candle. It took it out. And, I have to put my stop in. I put it back at break even. And then I waited for it to make its little run up. And then I just got short here and closed the platform. I got short, put in my targets, closed the platform. It's pretty much, what I did. And you can see this was a push up. But then we sold off. And we didn't get the bounce here that I thought we were going to get. And had we done that, I would have killed this. But it sold off, continued to sell off. And I was okay because I know I was in this trade and I had this working. this was an accident. I was trying to put in my next target, but sometimes I do have it. I forget to change the market, and that's what happened here. So it ended up marketing me out. And I waited for the bounce, got back in, and again closed this out right before I left, and then got back in and let this work until the close. Now here I kind of messed up. I oversold and ended up being long here. And you can see right here, it should have been 125 shares, and I did 1,000, and that actually made me long. So I had to just get rid of it here before the close. That was the only little hiccup, at the end of the day. So all in all, we ended up green on the day. Really could have this could have been a breakout banner day had I not done what I did this morning, but I'll take it. I know what happened. I understand what I need to do the next time, and we're moving on. So really, really enjoyed the end of my day. Now, the last trade was the CVS, and this was my swing from yesterday. Remember, we got in this swing. It was like 4 or 5 of the 6 that we were watching actually triggered an entry. CVS was the weakest one. It was the one that I got in. And, it still ended the day positive. But when I was looking at this morning, looking at pre-market, I didn't like what I was seeing. And the deviation bands were turning down, which meant we were about to get some serious downward pressure on this, that it was stacking up. So that's when I said, if this doesn't look right at open, I'm just going to dump it. And that's what I did. It didn't look right. I dumped it, and obviously made the right decision. Because even though we came back up over and went green on the day, it couldn't handle it. This was just too weak, and we ended up selling off. So this one I covered. What do we make on this? Like 185.54. So it just didn't do, and it didn't follow through. Now, I don't make changes. I don't do or make abrupt exits like this during the day because I'm not watching it. But in the morning, when I'm getting ready to set my stops and my targets, if it looks like this, if it kind of looks like this, and it's starting to show that we have some big downward pressure stacking up on it, then if I'm long, I want to be looking to take it off. That's just, one of the things that I'm looking at on this. But if not, I just set my profit target, set my stop for the day, and cut it off and let it go. I don't even worry about it. All right, but that's it for me today. That's all I did. So we're going to regroup. And I'll take what we got today, add it. It's been a record month. And if we can close out these next 2 days, somewhat strong and, a little bit more consistent, I'll be ready. And tomorrow I'll talk to you guys about the new broker I'm looking at. I think we found a winner. And we've been talking about it in chat for the last 2 days. And I've had other traders send me some information on it, giving me their take on it. So it looks like we may have a winner. Now, SureTrader may be a distant memory. So, but I'll get into that tomorrow. So you guys have a great night, a great evening, and We'll see you in the morning.